have my little, I have it on my camera so that, I don't know, just because he's cute. Anyway, sorry about that. It's not a squirrel, I promise. Let me check my YouTube channel. Okay, there I see it looks live. Okay, so I hope when we were able to get the product early and play with it, and of course I didn't. I just laid it on the shelf up there. So this one is available because I checked that before I came live. The other one I wanted to do was that Waterside Retreat or Relaxing Waterside or what, I can't remember the names of them, but it was the one I used last week to make the little card in a box, the box card. And I looked and it is not available. I really like that other one and I want to show you some things with it, but it's not available right now. And I'm sure it will come back and I can check on it to see when, but I didn't think to do that until now. So I'm going to turn the camera down so you can see what I'm going to do, and let's get started. I can't see if there's any comments. Let me real quick over here. Somebody's watching. Come on, open up. There we go. Remember to look up. Okay, so let me change the camera. Is the Moonlit Flora paper pack. I didn't get the suite, but I believe it does come in a suite. I did get the stamp and dies. I love these moths that come with this, and the flowers are so pretty. The ferns, I really love the fern and leafy things, so that's one of the main reasons. Just a little slivery of each one of them. And I am going to be working with, let's see, this right here. Let me show you. This right here. So I have Peaceful Pine. If I can pick that up. Okay. There's the new Peaceful Pine. And I'm going to use the lighter side because I think it goes with the paper better than the darker side. Okay? It's in there. I just wanted the lighter side. There, you can see it. I just wanted the lighter side because I think that's nicer. Okay, so I'm going to do a little stamping before I get this all done. And I just realized I only cut part of this. I need to cut this down a little bit more. So let me do that real quick. I'll bring out my trusty cutter here. I like to cut when it's a smaller amount. I like to cut it at the bottom of my paper cutter. By 12 right now, but I need to cut them down to a 6 by 10. So that's what I'm going to do. Just cut 2 inches off of there. And that I can save for later. Okay? I'm going to layer. I'll show you how I'm going to do this. These are going to go here. And then this is going to go, the fern and floral. This pecan pie is going to go right over there. And then this piece is going to be for the pictures. Right about there. So what I want to do here is do a little bit of like, I'm going to use the stamps with my fern, one of the ferns or maybe a couple of the ferns, and just stamp the bottoms here to give it a little more dimension than just the plain paper. I'm going to snip that little snag off right there too because I don't like that showing up. Okay, I got a couple more. I don't like the little snags on there. And I put a new blade on my trimmer, but I don't know what the deal is with it. I don't like these blades myself, but that's what we have for our trimmer, so. I do have to replace them more often than my old Fiskars one. I could use my old Fiskar one forever before I had to replace the blade. So, I'm a little partial. Okay, so I'm just trimming off these little shards on the edge where the paper trimmer didn't get it quite, you know, all the way through the paper, and it just kind of shredded the bottom part. That's all I'm doing. Just trimming it up so it looks better. Alright, so now I'm going to move these smaller pieces off to the side so that I can do a little bit of stamping. I'm going to run the stamping side by side, right? So I want both of these green pieces to look like they are, they were one piece at one time, okay? So I'm going to stamp right along this bottom section here, and I know you can't see all of it because my mat doesn't go all the way over. But let me see here. What do I want? I think I'm going to do this. I'll take that off so it's easier to get to my, I'm going to season my stamp as a whole. I'm just going to do, you know, rub it on my arm to get all that there. There we go. Now it won't be so sticky. And it will take up the ink better. So, there we go. Alright, let me get a block. I'm going to take this fern off. Just peel that right off, and I'm going to put it right on the block. Yeah, maybe wrist is still bothering me a little, so you might hear me wince. Oh, there it is. I was going to say, where's my Peaceful Pine? It's right here. I'm going to use Peaceful Pine on here because it matches the color, right? It's going to be darker because that's what it is. I want to make sure I got a nice covering of ink. I don't want it to be splotchy on one side and not the other. Okay, so I'm going to line that up. That's lined up. I'm just going to go right there, right over the two pieces. And then I can build around that. Right? Uh-oh. See, I didn't want that. And it did it again. I don't like that. I'm just kind of going back and forth, and that one did a light one also. And I'm trying to push harder on that edge, but it's not. That one worked, but okay. And maybe I'm not pressing down. There. I probably should go along the bottom edge and just do them the same distance apart. I think I will do that actually. The bottom, and then I can do two more there. I might do one more on that edge right there. There we go. See what it's going to look like. Ink pads yet. All of them. I sew on Thursday mornings. Well, I don't just sew. Usually I sew during the week, and I take batting. We call it marrying the quilt top, or the quilt. And so I do that. I do that quite often. I think I've made 9 quilts so far, bereavement quilts, which are 5 foot by, I don't know, 6 or 7 maybe of the baby quilts. But I think I have a total of 18 quilts that I've made so far since January. So I keep myself busy. And no, I don't know what pictures I'm going to put on here yet. I might move those to the middle. And then I have this. That's why I wanted to lay this out, just to see where I wanted, if I wanted another one on somewhere and where I wanted it. Okay? That's what I like to do when I'm winging things. I wing things a lot. If you haven't noticed. You can do whatever you like. I'm just giving you ideas. That one, but I'm not. You know what? Maybe I will try that. Let me wash this stamp, and I'll bring my positioner out here because it is. Let me get it out. Ouch. Oh. Magnets that hold your paper to the base. And I bought some off of Amazon because I wanted more magnets than I had than came with it. This only comes with 2. And there you can get 2 more for, I think it was $11 to get 2 more of these for your board. So, that was nice. I saw that on the order the other day. I'm going to take my stamp off my block. Let me turn this so I can see exactly where it is. I want to line it up so I don't get it off of the spot. Now, you take the top and you put it on these little pegs right here. Nope, wrong top. And then you press it down. And I forgot to put my magnets in there, so let me hold the paper still so I can get that. Now, I don't think that moved. Let me sit it on there again just to make sure. Yep, it looks like that one side did not get very inky, so I want to make sure it gets inky. Looks pretty good. And now I'm re-stamping it to line it back up, right? I'm just going to do that. I'm going to rub it. Let the ink soak in. Oh my gosh. You guys, look at that. It's not, it's that one right there that I re-inked. Isn't that cool? And I used the block first. So with this stamp positioner, you can fix issues. Like this one's a little light as well, but I don't care. I like it. Now that my stamp is a little more conditioned. So what I used to do is do that tonight. But I'm happy with how this turned out. So I don't care anymore. Mistakes. And it's okay. It's okay if you make a mistake, you can always fix it. I mean, I don't mind how that turned out. I think it turned out pretty good. I'm okay with it. I'm not embarrassed that I made a mistake. Okay, so let me put this one back on the sheet. And then, I don't know, do I want to do... I do want to do a couple of moths, I think. But do I want to do it? I'm going to wait. I'm going to put these together. Okay. So, let me get my adhesive. And I'm going to put adhesive on the back. Look at how pretty the outlines. It's so pretty. I love these things. This was just right up my alley. Okay, I'm going to turn this so I can see how to line it up. Hanging over either edge. There's that one. Now I'm going to get the pecan pie. I think I'm going to use the darker side of pecan pie. I could use the lighter, but I think I'm going to use the dark. And I'm just going to... There we go. I have a little step to the paper. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Alright, let me get the other one. This die set is so beautiful. I do some decorating with the dies also because I really, really like that. Alright, so I'm... Yep. Perfect. Okay. Light side is up, so I can put my adhesive here. Okay. Push that right there up against the paper. These can be so easy to put together. Look at how beautiful that is. I just love it. I love that. Look at that. Look at how pretty. See all that? And then we're going to put that golden, this is the golden glow. Now, do I want the dark or the light? I think I like the dark. I think I like the dark. So this is the one that's going to have your pictures on it. So now, if you wanted to, you could add texture to this. Or, look at this, you guys. There's a golden in there. This is the leafy side. That's the golden side. Look at... But, I already cut these. What I can do, though, I think... Great idea, you guys. So, this is going to get a little messy. This is my white craft pad. So I can take my water brush and I can splatter this. So let me do that. Let me put these out of the way so they don't get splattered. I don't think I've showed this technique. That's why I like being on the live videos, because I can show you things that just pop into my head at a spur of the moment. Okay? So you want to take and press your ink pad against the back of the steel to get that ink on there. You can't probably tell it, but there's ink on there. Okay, and now, no, that one doesn't have water. Let me see if the other one does. It has water, yay! Okay, so I have a little craft sheet here that I use. So I'm going to lay this out on the table so that I can splatter it and it won't get it on everything else. It might anyway, but... Okay, so here's the ink pad. The pad is here. Sorry, the pad is here, and I'm going to use this as an ink well right here that's on the inside. This is the old Stampin' Up! Pads. It's not the new style with the magnets. This is the old style, so I'm going to actually use the ink refill, but I can. That's not a big deal. So then you just get this all inky, and then you just get all that white ink, and you splatter it on your paper. And I don't know if you can see this. Probably can't see that very good, can you? So, let me show you up closer. See all that splattering? That's going to give it a little bit of white on that paper. You know, like the flowers are. But if you don't like how this splatters, there's many different techniques. You can use a toothbrush. You can use, instead of adding water to the lid of your ink pad here, you can put your ink refill in there and just add water to it and let it soak up. Let me move this aside, and I'm going to splatter this one now. I think I have enough. I know I have enough water in there. I think I have enough ink. And then I might hit this with a heat gun here in a second, just to make it dry faster, because it is leaving water, right? Now there's different ways you can do this kind of stuff. You can, like, I'll show you here in a second. So you see there's not much right here, but there's splatters right here. I'm just going to do that and pick it up off my sheet. See, and it added what those are. Probably something I had on the mat I forgot to wash off. But that's okay. There's a picture going to go there, and so some journaling also. So it's going to cover most of that up. Okay, so let me clean that. I'll put my, and all I'm doing is, I have my, what is this called? My cloth that I've been cleaning with. And I just took the brush and I rubbed it over the towel here. And now I'm going to take this. First I'm going to wipe some of this up. And then I'm going to take this and just soak it up. Because you don't want water left in this well. You want that all cleaned up. Okay, so I think I have it cleaned up. Okay, so the ink pad sits upside down. But if, in case you turn it upside down, then look, I've got white all over me. But that cleans up pretty easy too. So, you can't see much of that, so I might have to go back in with a ink refill and splatter it a little more. But for now, I don't think I'm going to. I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to put this up here to dry. Bring my pages back in. Because I cleaned up my space here. Okay. Now remember, line up there. I must have got that crooked a little bit. That's interesting. Well, this will be in the spine of the book, so you won't be able to tell that it's a 16th off or whatever that happens to be. It's not very much, that's for sure. But it is off a little bit. And we're going to put these gold pieces right here in the middle. Let me hit the heat. I have too many things plugged in. I have to unplug something. This might get a little bit loud, but I'll try to keep it quiet. It won't take long to dry this. But you want your cardstock dry before you put it on your other cardstock, right? Well, actually, my oldest one died, so I finally got rid of it, but I bought it in 1999, if that helps you anything. But it's the same style, so see, it's the old yard sale, so I didn't pay much for it if I did pay for it. Alright, so I'm gonna, okay, so now I'm going to put adhesive on here and line those up. I have, there's a little shard right there I don't want. I should move this and this out of my way so I can see my measuring thing on my desk, and then I can go to Not yet. I'm not ready for you to stick yet. Hold on a second. It's trying to stick before I'm ready. Okay, so right there and right there. Okay, there we go. Now I'm ready. Okay. Now let me bring the other one in real quick. Put adhesive on it. I can see who's on. If you come and watch the replay later on, please let me know you think about the page. So now I want to do the same thing on this side, but I want it 2 inches from the top and on this edge. And before I really press it down hard, I'm going to try to line this up again and see, it's off a little. So let's just line it up with that one. How's that? Right along the edge. Right there. Look at that. Look at how nice that is. Isn't that pretty? And now, so also when you're making these pages, if you want dimension to them, I tend to put quite a few pages in my book, so I don't really want a lot of depth, dimension in there. So, but you can put foam tape or the dimensionals or whatever you have, that you can even put a piece of a sheet of foam under here to pop them up. And foam comes in many different thicknesses. My issue with using it is it's probably not acid and lignin free, which is going to damage your pictures over time. But I want my book, I don't want my pages to be so thick that my spine is this thick and the outer part of the book is, way wide. I don't like it at an angle like that. So I want it to be, I use the 3 in the whole page, and it doesn't like bulk up on you or try to close on you when you're looking through it. You can just move. Everyone has their own preference on that kind of stuff. So let me see if I can find some, I want to stamp some of the moths. It's right here. This fawn, a fern fawn, is what I want to die cut, because I love these things. I think they are so cool. So I want to do some of those, and I have all these other, here, I'll just bring the die set over. All these, look at that. So cool. Now, this suite, I didn't buy the suite, but this suite has some absolutely gorgeous moths that are bigger. And I did not purchase them, and I am kicking myself now because I didn't. So I might have to go back and order them. And I shouldn't. But I might have to. So let me, because I don't want to use, is that old olive or avocado? I like that. So I'm going to use this one. I do have one over here that would run bigger ones, but it's cool. It's not going to burn the house down or anything. It's just not as cool as I would like it to put it back, to hold it down. And then and we'll just see. We'll just see. I like the little flowers. It's a good thing my left arm is the one that's hurting, not my right. So I wouldn't be able to press this or wind this through. I'd have to use my noise again. Look at this. Look at this. Poke out all those little things. Oh my gosh, I love it. How they curl up, and look at that. Isn't that cool? I love that. Okay. Let me pop out these other ones. Can you even see what I'm doing? No. Gosh darn it. There we go. It came loose. There we go. It's loose. Alright, let me put these aside. Get this last one out here. Cut it. It's just, it didn't make it loose enough to pop right out. So it's coming out though. It's just a little more work than. You just have to be careful with it because it is delicate. Okay. So that's another one. I like those two. I don't know what they're called, but I like them. So let me put some more on here. I want a couple of these. Put it on the side here. I'll do this one in here. This one. And I'll run it back and forth. Okay. That ran it through. Pop right out. Well, it did. Now I got to poke it out of this one. I had to do it 3 times, but I did. So, that one has to be poked out too. Okay, so poke out these extra little pieces that didn't fall out. Alright, plastic plate. Okay. So, let me pop this one out. But I'm not gonna mess with it. Okay. Okay. So now I have to decide. Whoops, wrong side. You don't want to pop this golden glow up, but you want your pictures. You can do that too. You can put your pictures on the foam tape or adhesive dots and do them. I don't know what I did with them though. They were right here the other day. Let me see if I can find them quickly. They were in my way the other day. Alright, here we go. These are place card holders. This will help with figuring out where I want my pictures, right? Now also, so this was designed to have a picture and a journaling. And I'll get another small one out here for the journaling place, right? Or you could do photos. You don't have to do all, you know, your big pictures. You can do smaller ones. And not only that, but maybe what I'll do is do some smaller ones on the other side, right? So, say I have some that are vertical and some that are horizontal. Well, oh, those must be the old ones. I have some that have it says place photo here, the landscape. Easily, well, 3 more pictures, a 4x6 and a 2x3. No, 3x4. Say you have a portrait picture. You can move it down here. You can have your title up here. And then you can have your other smaller ones here. So you could add more pictures however you want them. I mean, remember, this is your page, right? I'm just giving you ideas. That's all I'm doing. So, in the, I think it's the workshop kits, the scrapbooking workshop kits, they come with these place card holders, and it says place photo here, or it has a camera showing your that's where your picture goes. And these must be some of my old ones, because close to my heart had them portrait and landscape, and that's what this one is. Since it's not the right direction that I want it, so I just kind of ignore it and turn it to the back. So I'm just showing you how you can use some of these things, right? And then you can put these ferns like underneath the picture here, and it comes over that one, and then this one can be like down here. So I'll probably do it down this way, coming down the page a little bit maybe. But I don't want it covering the photo or where the photo would be. So I want to get one of these in here, right here at the bottom probably. So it might come over on the corner just a little bit. Let me move this over so people on YouTube can see it too. I try not to have it over the whole 4x6. There's room that you can put a fern over it or something and not cover up something in the picture you want. If it's going to cover up something in the picture that you don't want covered up, just move it. Put it somewhere else. You know, have it come out the other side of the fern. That's what I would do. I mean, none of this is set in stone. You don't have to do any of this kind of stuff. But like these might be kind of fun to have them, you know, say your picture is in, you know, this part, the person's face or whatever is in this part, or whatever you're wanting to feature on that picture. And then you could have your fern pieces over here. Now, I don't know for sure if this is where I'm going to keep them, but it's an idea. I probably should try to figure out what pictures I'm going to put on before I actually embellish it, because I may want to do something different. I may want to turn my pictures a different way. I may need this for journaling. Let me show you here. This one for journaling and this one for the picture, right? So then I would have to change how I embellished them, right? So that one's cute too. I could do that. And then have, you know, these coming down. Or I could just do them all with these. I mean, you know, it would go with this. And I do, but I think I only have like 3 pictures. So I'll have to look at that closer and see. I'll have to come back and show you what I do to finish this. I know I've got several of those I have to come back to and finish. I do have my Cricut. I need to do the titles on, so I can come back and finish a bunch. So I can figure out a title for this one also and bring it back and show you finished product. I've just been really busy with other things lately and haven't gotten back in here to finish things. So I need to do that. Hold me accountable. Come on and tell me, hey, where's that? You know, tell me which page it is and say, where are you at with that? I want to see the results. So that'll hold me accountable, and I will be able to finish up these projects. Because I have a lot of them. I'm just doing like half of the project and then getting back to it because I run out of time. But I want to be able to I want to know what pictures I have the golden glow that I can do the flowers out of. So let me do that. Let me show you that. Because the flowers come in this little die right here. Those are all the pieces of the flowers. And if you layer them together, they make the different flowers. So let me cut some of these out. I'm going to cut some out in the light, and I'm going to cut some out in the dark. The dark side, not in the dark. I'm not in the dark right now. Alright, so let me run this through. I've been using my wrist a lot today, so it's a little whiny. Let me get my Take Your Pick tool. And I'll pop these little things out, and then I'll show you. They glue together really easy. They're sponge and sponge on some ink to make them look just like that. You can even use, you know, we have white gel pens now too. I don't know if you've seen those or not. But the white gel pens you can use on there, and it just gives it a little bit of a pop. So I'm just running it through and back out so that I can get a couple of these out here, and I can show you how to make the flowers real quick. There we go. We make more flowers. Those were cute. Okay, so let me get my mat out here. Okay. I have it under my table, but it gets stuff on it. All right, let me make sure that the correct light. There's the light. That's a light one, that's a dark one, and lets the glue come out. And I'm just going to put a little dot of glue right there. Ooh, might be a little too much. Okay. Now I'm going to do that with this one. And put this one over that one. And then I think this one goes over that one. Or it might be vice versa. Does it go over that one? I think it goes that way, but I think I'd rather have this one on it, the darker edge. Yeah, I think so. I'm going to put a little piece of glue, a little dot of glue, not a piece. I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to put it right there. Okay, now I'm going to take this one, a little glue, and glue. Okay, so that is going to go there, down here, and not that one. This one goes on top of that one. And if I can open it, that one has glue on it, so I'll have to let it dry before I do too much. And then right in there. Okay. There. Now I'll pick that up and let you see. Let me put my pen back in the glue bottle. Look at that. These are the lighter ones, and they have little white dots too. So that'll take a minute to dry, but I just lost my cap. Phew. I almost stepped on it. It's for my Take Your Pick tool. So now these little flowers can go on the fern, or like on these little pieces here, you can add a little flower. So I'm going to end the video here, and I'm going to try to find a couple of pictures that I can put on here. At least 3 pictures I can put on here, so I can also have a journaling spot. And then I will figure out a title and see if I can get some of this finished up, and then I'll bring you the final look soon. I can't guarantee the ones, and bring those in very soon as well. I do have some sewing projects, but so let me change the camera back here. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you're looking forward to the finished product. And then, like I said before, ask me where it's at. You know, have I finished it yet? It may not be until after the weekend, because I have some things going on. But I will try my best to get these done and back where you can see the final product. Okay? Alright, you guys have a great night.